much. It's lovely to be here and to talk about the Journal of Business Ethics. I spent a lot of time each week working on the journal, so I love the opportunity to talk about it. Too many. Go back, please. Let me start off by just introducing you to the journal, because I don't know whether many of you are familiar with it. The journal was first established in 1982, and I became involved in the journal as an editor earlier, but as editor-in-chief, along with Ed Freeman in 2016. Since 2021, I've been co-editing with Ghazi Islam. It's a large journal. The journal has grown from its original 4 issues per year in 1982 to its current 28 issues per year. We publish about 300 papers a year, and this year we'll receive more than 4,000 submissions. So we've got quite a significant structure within the journal that comprises 36 different sections, and we also publish a number of special issues per year. The ownership of the journal is part owned by Springer Nature, and its main shareholders are private. It's privately held by a private equity group and the Holtzbrick family. The journal is recognised in the FT50s. This is a very prestigious list of only 50 journals worldwide that they use to rank business schools in the UK. It's abstracted in a very large number of different indexes, and I've just looked up because I wasn't sure. It is Q1 in Sanago and Scopus in the areas of arts and humanities, business and international management, business management and accounting, economics and econometrics, and law. The current editor team, as I mentioned, Ghazi and myself, but we work with 85 expert, highly active researchers in their own areas that come from a wide variety of different disciplinary backgrounds, but also geographical locations. In many cases, when you submit to the journal to a particular section, you may well be even citing the authors, as authors, the editors who are involved in those sections. So this is just a little collage that was put together by our managing editor that just shows, at the time, the editorial team. It's probably changed even since that was done because we're constantly appointing new editors. The focus of the journal is quite explicitly on business ethics. The general domain statement is one that was written by the first editor in 1982 and still holds very important information for us, and that is that we aim to improve the human condition by promoting ethical discussion and debate in business. We see the journal as a public forum for debate and discussion and an open channel of communication to allow diverse voices, opinions, knowledge, insight, and that this should be a venue in which people can make their case and allow others to respond. So the scope and distinction of the journal is quite clearly that we would publish only original articles, but from a wide variety of methodology and disciplinary perspectives concerning ethical issues related to business. When Ed and I came in 2016, we established a number of editorial principles and wrote an editorial about this that I encourage you to read if you're interested in submitting to the journal. There are a number of different editorials that I would encourage you to read, but in particular, principle number 7 is very dear to us, and that is that we really are trying to open the journal to a diverse range of scholarship, both in terms of geography and race, ethnicity, gender, and different modes of being. As I mentioned, the journal is divided into sections, so I encourage anybody who's interested in the journal to peruse the different sections. They are well described in terms of who the section editors are, but also the domain within the individual sections. So the example that I can, this includes a list of the 36 sections currently at the journal. You'll see that they cover different disciplinary bases, but also different aspects of business and also different topics within business studies. The three highlighted sections are our most recent additions. We're very excited to have these new sections, in particular having a section on indigeneity and business ethics. We're very much hoping to allow space for research that previously hasn't seen space in FT50 journals. By example of some of the section descriptions and ones that might particularly interest you, we have a section on economics and business ethics that is co-edited by Julie Nelson and Helen Mussel. And we also have a section that might be of interest to you on accounting and business ethics that is co-edited by Stephen Delaportis, Charles Show and Sheila Killian. The reason why we have more than one editor in a section is just because of sheer volumes of numbers. We, as I mentioned, publish a number of special issues per year, and I always encourage prospective authors to consider these special issues, but also to think about proposing a special issue. If you and your colleagues are interested in a particular area of research and you see it as needing greater attention, you'd like to hear from colleagues around the world or in other universities about this topic, think about crafting it as a proposal for a special issue. We have very extensive documentation that provide guidelines on how to propose a special issue, and also a lot of support for running a special issue at the journal. We try and maintain a fair presence on social media, less so X these days, more so LinkedIn. I have nothing to do with that. I'm a dissenter from social media, but we have a social media editor who's much younger than me and much better at this stuff. So if you're into that sort of thing, please follow us and have a look at, you'll see a lot of news from the journal about what's being published and what our various editors are involved with. So I'll thank you and leave it at that, and look forward to any questions you might have.